Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this channel is all about my journey throughout CRNA school. So today's video is going to be a C exam prep vlog. If you guys are interested, let's get into the nitty gritty. So I have my C exam in a few days. I think it's going to be now 9 days away. I'm just like trying to make myself a game plan, and I feel like if I document the journey throughout, that it'll keep me accountable and keep me on top of doing what I say I'm gonna do. But not only that, I still have weekly assignments that I have to do. I still have my clinical hours that I need to complete. So I kind of just want to go like into this vlog documenting how I'm planning to accomplish this and how I accomplish it. So today, I just finished clinicals at 7 in the morning. I had a Sunday night call shift. So I got home around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I decided to lay down because although I was on call all night and there weren't many cases since 10 o'clock, I just kept waking up to check the time and make sure that I didn't miss a call, like if there was a case or something like that. So I wouldn't call it restful sleep. So when I got here, I just kind of decompressed a little, and now it is 2 p.m. and I'm just now getting started with the weekly assignments that I want to get done. So my plan, I'm off. Today is Monday. I'm off Monday, Tuesday. I have clinicals Wednesday, Thursday. One of those days is an 8-hour. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Wednesday. Hold on. Wednesday is an 8-hour, Thursday is a 12-hour. So today and tomorrow, my plan is to complete all the assignments that I have to turn in for the week. That way nothing is bleeding into the weekend because most of my due dates are Sundays. So I want to do that. Like I have to do Prodigy Blueprints, Prodigy Masterclass, and Apex modules, which include password protected exams. I already submitted my care plan and my evaluations from last week. I think I might do a care plan from one of the cases I did last night just so that I could have it done for the week as well, because our new care plan is a little more in depth than it used to be. So I might just do that because we have to turn in one care plan per week. So that's another assignment that I have to work on. So I'm going to do the care plan for the week and the assignments that I have to do for Blueprint, for Prodigy and for Apex. And then my plan is to do clinicals Wednesday, Thursday, and go buckle down from Friday to the following Tuesday on C exam prep, because that'll leave me 5 days straight of studying. Now, how is that possible? How do you have 5 days in a row? I don't. So my plan is I work next Sunday as well. I have another call shift on Sunday. Either I call out so that I give myself those 5 full days where I'm uninterrupted and I'm just focused on school, or I take the study material with me to clinicals and hope that there are no cases. The fact that I was able to sleep last night is an anomaly, so I don't think I want to count on that. And I feel like, yeah, I might be wasting a call out on a day that I may not even have that many cases, but I think I just need that consistency of time where I'm just focused on the computer, me and the study material, and that's it. So this is day 1 of my C exam prep. Like I told you, there's 9 days to go. So I'm going to do all the assignments for the week, which also includes studying for the C exam, because the assignments that I have to do for the week include, the Apex stuff and the Prodigy stuff, which are essentially board prep questions and practice questions, and also material that's going to be covered. So it's not a waste to do the assignments for the week, but I know that I have to get those done before Sunday. So I'm going to work on that. I'll probably check in at intervals throughout the 9 days. Yeah, that's going to be what this video consists of. All right, so I'll check back in a little bit. Okay, so now it's Tuesday. It's the C exam is 8 days away. Last night I was able to get the Prodigy stuff part of my weekly assignments done. I did 2 master classes and the Prodigy blueprint that they assign for the week. Today, my plan is to get through the Apex stuff that they assign. We have to do Unit 6. It's the monitors and equipment section. It's the last four modules in that, no, the last four, yeah, the last four modules in that unit. And then also one other unit in the miscellaneous topics, which is Unit 12. And I'll have to do the password protected exams for that. So that's 5 modules on Apex. And then I want to knock out that care plan that I have to turn in this week. I think I'll just do it on one of the cases that I did on my Sunday night call shift. And then I'll take it to the CRNA that I was with that day so she could sign it. And then what else? Yeah, I think that'll be my plan for today. Yesterday wasn't as productive as I wanted it to be. I feel like I had a lot of distractions and yeah, I wasn't just entirely focused. And I guess I kind of was getting a little nervous with the C exam being so close. I was texting some of my friends and stuff like that. So it kind of like put me in a little funk. And I feel like maybe I want to move the C exam again. I don't like, part of me wants to move it because I don't feel like I'm ready. But then the other part of me wants to just be done with this stress already. But I just feel like, like I just can't shake the feeling that the C exam is essentially the boards, like the amount of prep that I'm going to be doing for it, it's going to be similar. And if it takes me 2 attempts to pass the C exam or to get a 450 on the C exam, then it's only going to correlate to the same when it comes to the boards. And I know that the boards are a significantly more money, so I don't want to do that. Like I just want to go into the boards and take it one time. So yeah, I just feel like I haven't covered all the material, but I'm gonna do my best. I just don't know why I feel so, like I feel a little more nervous this time around than I did when I took the C exam before even going to a single clinical day. So it's like, I don't know why I'm in my own head, but anyway, I'm going to get to those assignments. I'll see how I do with that for the day. Keep you posted. Tomorrow I have clinicals. I'll probably try to check in on intervals throughout the day with that. And it's only an 8-hour day. We canceled class this week because our professors are going to be dealing with the cohorts that are on campus now. So essentially I'll be done at 3. So maybe I can do a little bit before I go to bed for clinicals on Thursday, because Thursday is a 12-hour day. Honestly, 12-hour days, I don't get anything done because my body's wasted. But I will be driving back home Thursday after clinicals. So that's a wash. Thursday, I'm not going to be doing anything, just clinicals. But yeah, so that's my game plan for today. I hope that I can accomplish that. I'm really going to stay focused. It's really hard when I'm sitting in front of the computer all day. Like my feet swell, like I kind of just can't sit still for that long, but I'm going to try. So I've decided to take a walk. I feel like I can't sit for too long. Like my feet go numb. So I just need to like get out of the chair and do something to take a break. But I think I might walk down to the end of the street and back to give myself a little break. I've only done 1 section out of 5, and I feel like I haven't accomplished much, and I just feel kind of overwhelmed, like just thinking about the sheer volume of information that I still have left to cover, and I'm going to be taking the C exam in 8 days. Like I just feel like maybe I should move it. I don't know what to do, because I feel like no matter what, it's just going to be this compounded level of stress. So I don't know, just tough it out and go, or it's just like that feeling like if I don't pass the C exam on the first attempt, that I'm not going to pass the boards. So that feeling is just also overwhelming. But I know I have a little bit more time after I've finished the C. Like let's say I finish the C, I still have 4 weeks before school ends, and then I have as much time as I need to take the boards. I'm planning on taking it right away after finishing. So that's a thought, but I just want to be like ready. I want to be ready for the C. I want it to be an actual reflection of my ability to pass the boards on the first try. So I might move it. So I'm at clinicals right now. I was able to get the majority of the stuff that I wanted to get done for the day. I just had 2 more sections on Apex to complete in order to finish my weekly assignments. They didn't seem very long, but it was starting to get pretty late in the night, and I didn't want to be completely dead at clinicals today, and I have an 8-hour day, so I'm thinking I can at least knock out one more of the sections today. But I'm not guaranteeing that. But I did do my care plan. I did do at least uh, a little more than half of the Apex stuff I wanted to do. I already did the Prodigy stuff that was assigned. So now my plan is, after I finish the weekly stuff, hopefully by today, maybe latest by tomorrow, then I just straight focus on what's left to cover in the Apex units. And then after that, I'm just trying to like maybe do a bunch of questions, like as many questions as I possibly can before next week Wednesday. And I think that that will be the extent of how I study for this. I do feel a little better knowing that, let's say I do get a 450 on my first try, then I still have at least 8 weeks of school where we're going through each Apex section a little slower, a little more in depth. So that gives me more time to complete the sections that I haven't finished. So that way I feel more confident when it comes to the boards. I'm just so fearful, like I told you, that if I don't pass the C the first attempt, that it's only going to reflect the same for the boards. But maybe being that it does happen, God forbid, but that will give me more fuel to study harder for the boards so that it won't happen. But I don't want to have to spend $265 to do the C exam again. So I'm hoping that my plan works. And yeah, I'll check back in a little bit. So I just got home from clinicals. It's like 4:15, 4:30. Um, and I was supposed to have class at 4, but the professor canceled because the cohorts that are in the hybrid program at my school have intensive week, so the professors are all like hands on deck. So they canceled the 4 p.m. class today. I still have my 6 p.m. class. But I think I'm actually going to try to get a nap in before class, because I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get done in an hour. Yeah, I think I'm just going to nap and then have class, maybe do one section before I go to bed, and then prepare for another clinical day. Today was great. I had GYN cases. I do enjoy those. But yeah, I mean, nothing else to write home about. Yep, so that's my plan. I'm going to take a nap and then have class, and then maybe an hour or two of studying. Like, I think I'm going to do one section. I want to say it's either radiology or ultrasound. That seems pretty short, so I'm going to probably just do that. If they're both short, I might just do both, but there's no guarantees because I'm already like pretty wiped from the day. So last night I was able to complete one section from Apex. So for the weekly assignments, I still have one more, and it's on ultrasound. That one seemed pretty long for what it was. I don't know. I don't feel like ultrasound can be all that long unless they're actually talking about like regional anesthesia, but there is a section in Apex about regional, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, because the Apex quiz is 15 questions, which is on the longer side in my opinion. But yeah, so I plan on getting through that. The next section on Apex is neuro. I might actually do that one thoroughly like I do every week, because I still have to do the weekly assignment for week 9. So I don't know, because sometimes it takes me about a whole day for each section. If they're a little shorter, maybe I can fit in 2, but I don't know. I might just do the neuro section in Apex, and then kind of skim through the rapid reviews on the ones that I haven't done. I still have regional anesthesia, which I do want to go through that one thoroughly, and special populations, and I do want to cover obesity a bit as well. So there's a lot of things that I still need to cover. I'm kind of getting a little nervous. I'm at the less than 1 week point. It's 6 days away, and I feel like I'll gauge how ready I am when I'm a little closer to maybe Monday, if I decide to move it or not. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm really starting to get really nervous because the 12-hour shifts and the 8-hour shifts, I don't really get much done. Like yesterday, I don't know if the nap was beneficial, but I mean, I needed it. But I woke up for class, did that one section, and went straight back to bed. So I don't know. I don't really get much done during clinical days. I have this 12-hour shift today. I'm going to drive home as soon as I get out of here. And then Friday is probably when I'll start resume studying, because I'll be getting home pretty late tonight and I don't foresee myself being able to get much done. So anyway, I'll check back in a little bit, probably tomorrow. All right, so it is now Friday. I am starting to freak out. I mean, I've been freaking out, but the freak out level was about here, and now it's about here. I'm still finishing up that last section from last week. I have to do just ultrasound. It doesn't seem that long as far as like other tutorials. They've been much longer than this, but this might take me a couple of hours, and then the next section I have is neuro, which is for next week. Excuse me. So I think I want to actually start working on that as if I was studying for it for next week. And then that leaves me only like 2-3 sections that I have to do just the rapid reviews and do the questions at the end. And then I plan on doing through every section. After every tutorial, there's about 5 to 10 questions. I plan on doing all of those, and then for each tutorial they have a review exam that's about 15 to 20 something questions. So I'm going to do all of those as well. And then once I get through both the end of the tutorial quizzes and the review exams on Apex, I plan on doing the domain exams. And also there's an exam on Prodigy that you could pick the MB-CRNA headings. So I plan on picking for equipment. It's about 170 questions. I'm going to do that one. And then I'm going to do also a few mock exams. And we have also an exam assigned to us. I think it's from Apex. They call it a midterm exam. It's ungraded. So I just want to see where I stand on that, because they told us what the national average is. So I just want to be around the national average or above. And I think that's going to be my end goal for the rest of the week. Just finish the 2 sections that I know I have for this week and next week, and then do just rapid reviews for the sections I haven't covered, and then do all the questions that Apex has to offer pretty much. And then some of Prodigy as well. What else can I do? Because I'm trying to remember what I did last time. I feel like last time, hear me out. Last time I don't think I studied as deep as I have been this time, but I feel more nervous now. I don't know why. I guess because I've never gotten a 450. I think I'm reiterating myself 100 times, but it's just like a different feeling. Also, I do just feel so upset with myself that I didn't actually keep up with the studying throughout the clinicals, but it's just impossible. Like yesterday I got home after working the 12-hour shift and I was dead to the world, like literally straight into bed. And then I woke up today and getting ready to do stuff. But on the clinical days, it's a wash, and when you're doing 40-hour weeks, it's hard to just even be. I can't imagine people who are doing this with kids. I just really can't. Anyway, so that's my plan. I'll check back at intervals throughout the day, maybe see if I finish the section for this week, finish the section for next week. I'm not sure, but I'm starting to freak out. I'm starting to get real nervous, and I'm telling you, probably by tomorrow or Sunday, I'll update you as far as whether or not I move the exam. So yeah, I'll check back in a few. Okay, so I just finished this week's assignments, and honestly, I feel good. It only took me 2 hours, which I thought would take me a lot longer. So now I'm going to look into next week's stuff, which is neuro and patient positioning / like nerve injury stuff, which I think could be a potential big hitter on the C exam. So I'm going to go over those. I'm going to try. They allowed us now, they opened up the Apex access for the password protected exams. I'm going to try to see if I could do a few, because I feel like that's a good way to see what I've studied, because obviously if I don't do well on those password protected exams, it means that I didn't grasp the concepts. So I might just do that, or I might just review the material without quizzing myself on it. But yeah, I'm kind of like fueled. I feel like motivated. I did pretty well on the last ultrasound section, which I thought I wasn't going to, because the national average was a 58 and there was 15 questions. Like when there's more questions, I feel like they're maybe a little more in depth, because the section didn't seem to justify 15 questions. So I was like, ooh, what could they possibly ask? But anyway, I did okay. I got an 80%. So now I am going to go into the neural part. I don't know. I'm just thinking what possibly they could put on there, but we'll see. We'll see how long the neural section is. but I'm actually like kind of motivated now. Like I feel like, okay, I can get through that section. Let me just keep going. So let's see what happens. Okay, so today's Saturday. Yesterday I was able to finish the Apex stuff for this week, and I started the Apex stuff for next week, which was neuro, and then they have one section on patient positioning. So I have left for next week's assignments the musculoskeletal diseases and patient positioning. So I do want to do those because I feel like nerve injury could be a nice topic for them to, bring up in some questions on the C. So I'm going to do those two sections, and then I'll probably do obesity if I'm being honest, if I have time. What's crazy is that I didn't even feel like I could get through two sections or even one section back in the day, and now it's like because I'm, in a time crunch, it's like I can get through a lot more, but I'm trying to do it effectively. I don't want it to just be like cram it and just forget it. So I'm definitely going to review them all at the end. But yeah, I'm going to do musculoskeletal diseases, patient positioning, and probably obesity today. And then we'll see. We'll see what tomorrow looks like. Tomorrow I'm going to call out the next section on Apex, I want to say, is regional. I think I might do that for sure too, because regional is definitely a difficult topic because of the amount of blocks there are. But I think that's the next one after. Yeah, it's regional. It's regional anesthesia, then fluids and blood, kidney, liver, endocrine across the lifespan. Across the lifespan, I definitely want to attack that too because I feel like, special populations, that's one of the main subjects on the C. So that's 4 big units. And then on the miscellaneous topics, there's obesity. So, and professional issues I feel like can come up too. So, gosh, I have to go through everything. All right, so it is Sunday. It is officially, what now? Monday, Tuesday, 3 days away. Really, it feels like 2 because Wednesday, what am I going to do? But anyway, 3 days away. And yesterday I was able to finish the whole neuro section. So now I'm going to go into, there's one section that I want to do in the miscellaneous topics. It's on positioning and nerve injury. It seems pretty short. I think I'm going to knock it out real quick. And then I'm going to do regional anesthesia. And then after that, I'm going to do special pops and obesity. So that's my plan. Hopefully I can finish all of the regional today and get into a little bit of the obesity because that's in the miscellaneous topics in unit 12. And then special pops, I want to hit it hard because I feel like it has its whole section, a whole section on the MBR CRNA headings. It's special populations and surgical procedures. So I want to make sure that I get through that. And then, hold on, I have to sneeze. And then let me look at the topics again because I feel like I'm almost at a point where I can probably finish them all. And yeah, so across the lifespan, and then it's between the two sections that I'm going to try to cover, but I don't know if I'll get through thoroughly, is fluids and blood and kidney, liver, endocrine. I might just do the rapid reviews on those and the review exams, but I do want to do all of Unit 12 because it has obesity and professional issues, which I feel like sometimes could kind of come up on the C exam. Sorry, excuse me, Tabby, can you leave? Yeah, so that's my plan. I feel like I'm actually going to get through the majority of Apex. The problem is not only that I'm getting through Apex, is that I'm remembering stuff. So I'm trying my best. I'm doing the quizzes afterwards to test my knowledge. So that's one way to know. But yeah, I actually feel a little bit better. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I feel like once I get through the special populations like across the lifespan and obesity, I feel like I'll be golden, and then the rest will just be like I'll get through the C exam, and then the rest will be studying more thoroughly for boards because I have still 7 weeks after this coming week before school ends that I can get through that. And then yeah, I feel really good. Yesterday I was able to do a little chores for myself. I had some issues going on with my car that I was able to knock out, so I feel good about that. I did take some time away from being able to study, but I needed to get that done because I have to take my car somewhere on Monday, so I needed to do that. So I'll check back later. All right, so now it is Monday. There's literally only a few days, just tomorrow really, and then I take the test at 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Yeah. So yesterday wasn't as productive as I wanted it to be. I got to the regional anesthesia portion and I was doing the neuraxial part, and I swear it was like nothing would stick. I would reread and read and reread and read the same line over and over, and I just felt like I wasn't grasping any of the concepts, so I felt like I had to start all over. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm okay with the spinals and the epidural part. Like, I get the anatomy and all that. I just feel like I need to move on because that subject literally put me in a funk yesterday. So I think I'm just going to do the lower anatomy blocks and uppers, like brachial plexus, and then do like ankle block, lumbar plexus block, that kind of thing. And then just hit obesity and then across the lifespan, because yeah, that put me in a really, really negative funk. I just felt like, although I know this stuff, it just felt like I didn't know the stuff. You know what I mean? And like, it just felt like I was looking at things I had never seen before, and I just kind of got unmotivated. That's the reality of it. This morning I had some things that I had to do, so it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon now that I'm getting started, but it's okay. I'm going to go through the night and I will keep you posted. Okay, y'all, it is Tuesday. This is the day before the exam. Today, my focus, I have like a little to-do list of what I want to get done. So I feel like I've been going in depth and most of the stuff up to this point because I've been following the syllabus for my class. And I kind of hit a wall when I hit the regional anatomy stuff, like the neuraxial blocks and the lower and like upper and lower anatomy for the regional blocks, like that really got me. So I was reviewing the pictures, doing my best there, but I feel like I just wasn't getting anywhere and it was kind of putting me in a funk. So I decided to move on to the across the lifespan stuff and obesity. And for that, I kind of didn't go into the in-depth, which I wish I could have. I just don't feel like I have the time. Maybe if I do later in the day or tomorrow, but I don't think I will. But so what I've been doing is the end of the section, they have questions. And what I'm doing is answering the questions. If I get it wrong, I read the rationale and I'm writing stuff down because I feel like, these questions do correlate with what is covered in the section. So for the most part, if I'm reviewing the quiz and reviewing the rationales, I'm somewhat going over the stuff that's in those modules, not as in-depth as I'd like, but I don't feel like I have the time. So I'm going to finish obesity. That will be my last section that I plan on covering. I already covered the across the lifespan stuff, like obstetrics, geriatrics, pediatrics, and neonatal. But now I feel like I want to go over the mock exams, the domain exams. I want to do the prodigy exam that I told you that they have for the MB CRNA headings for equipment. It's 170 questions. I want to go through that and read the rationales for all of that. And I just want to go through every section. They have the 5 to 10 questions at the end of each module, and then they have review exams, which there are questions you haven't seen. They're not as they're not as straightforward. Like those you kind of have to think a little more. So I'm going to do the end of the module quizzes, the review exams, mock exams, domain exams. At this point, I'm just doing questions. Now I feel like I just need to focus on like questions and test taking abilities because I don't think I have the time to get any more of the content. There are things like that I feel like I need to remember, so I'm trying to keep that in my memory and writing down as much as I can. But yeah, at this point I feel like I just need to work on questions, and that's my plan for today. I plan on not doing much tomorrow. I want to get to the testing site early. My test is at 2 p.m. So I kind of want to just maybe go to sleep late, not sure, and just wake up late, like sleep in, and then go to the testing center, not do anything the day of the test. Just maybe, if anything, review things that I just feel like I cannot commit to memory as well. And then just go from there. I'm hoping I don't have to do this again, but if I do, I'll let you know. All right, guys, the time has come. It's officially the day of the test. I decided this morning I wasn't going to review anything. I was just going to decompress and chill out. I've been watching YouTube videos. I've been working on my Jeep, so I've just been watching those kinds of videos. And it's giving me a lot of calm because last night I struggled to fall asleep. At 3 a.m. I was still wide awake. Yeah, the stress of it is definitely here. But I'm trying to go into this now thinking like, At least this will give me a baseline. Hopefully I get more than a 450, but it's not the end of the world if I don't. This is the kind of exam that I can just pay for the test again and retake it. But, in the back of my mind, it will always stay there that, it took me 2 attempts to get a 450, hopefully 2 attempts. Let's hope that it's 1, but if it takes me 2 attempts, then, that kind of sits in my mind. Like when it's time to take boards that I have to put more efforts, maybe that will, trigger me to do that. But as far as the content, I didn't cover everything that I wanted to cover. I didn't do as many questions as I wanted to do. I just felt like I ran out of time. Now, thinking about it now, I have 8 more weeks of school. That gives me more time to get through the in-depth reviews of the rest of the sections that we haven't covered and to practice more questions. I do feel like this is the deepest I've studied. When I did the C exam the first time, I don't feel like I covered as much content as I have through Apex. I feel like I relied mostly on the information that I gained from didactic and just, did a few practice questions and called it a day. I did cover some of the in-depth reviews on my 3rd attempt, but which I did cover now. I just feel like it's hard for me to remember things. I feel like in the moment I understand it, but then, the memorization of certain things drug PKAs, partial pressures, calculations, formulas, those kinds of things kind of are fleeting. The concepts in general, I feel like if they're not sticking, I can work them out. They make sense to me. The more that I've seen it, the more that I've seen it in practice, I feel like that is what's going to help me this go around. But, there are just concepts that you just need to know. So, yeah, I have the test in 2 hours. It is noon. I'm just packing my things so that I can head out from the test because I want to say the test is about 4 hours. It's 240 questions. So I'll probably be heading out around 5:30 or 6 o'clock, which is rush hour, but it is what it is. And then I'll be heading out west from here. But yeah, I'm feeling kind of down, but also trying to be more graceful because I've been hard on myself. I've been, beating myself up and, just thinking all the worst things that you could possibly think of. I do that. I'm very bad at that. I tell myself negative things. I tell myself, all the things that make you feel like you're an imposter. I'm my harshest critic. So I'm trying to be graceful, at least for today, trying not to, dwell on it. I've had this pain in my stomach for about a week now. It's just a dull ache, in the pit of my stomach. And it's kind of hard to study like that, but, it's just anxiety and nerves. I know that, but we shall see. I plan on, I don't know if I'll just get straight to filming after I walk out, depending on a good or bad outcome. I think I might decompress for a little bit. Either way. So I don't know if I'll check back until later. I'll see what I do. I guess the outcome will determine. Yeah. So right now I'm packing my things, trying not to review anything more. And I'm going to head out. I'll probably head out from my house to the testing center. It's probably about a half hour, 40 minutes. So I might leave around 1, maybe 12:45, just so that I'm early so I can check in. And then I'll go. I'll probably just take a small water bottle and leave my big water bottle in the car just because I think the lockers are kind of small. I plan on leaving my phone in the car and just taking my ID with me. And that's it. I remember it being an issue where I didn't have 2 forms of ID that were signed. So I signed my debit card to see if that will help. What else? I can't wear a hoodie. No hoodies. I mean, the last time I did have one, it was the shirt was a hoodie. I was like, he goes, you can't wear that hoodie. And I was like, this is my shirt. I can't take off my shirt. And so he made me tuck in the hoodie behind here. So I'm wearing this cover. It's a long sleeve, but not a sweater because I don't want to be too hot, but I don't want to be cold. and I'm just wearing like scrub pants, honestly, some comfy shoes. I ate a small breakfast. I'm trying not to eat as much because my nerves usually do a number on my bowels. But we'll see. I'm hoping that I can relax in time. My goal is to take this as 4 60-question exams, and like, so after I pass 60 questions, just to kind of like put my head down and just kind of breathe as like I'm just starting a new exam. Because I thought about like, okay, I could do 220 question exams. Like, I don't think that that's bad, but sometimes like my attention span will dwindle. So I feel like the 4 60-question exams will kind of, it'll be like little short spurts instead of a marathon. And there is one designated break that is 10 minutes. So like that one, I do find that I'm going to get out of my chair and use the restroom, get a sip of water, and resume. But, you know, depending on where I'm at in my 60-question endeavor, I'll obviously take my break. Like if, and I want to say that that's the halfway point. So I'm hoping that I could be done with 120 questions by that break, because that'll kind of like time, you know, how I'm going to finish. If I'm on my third 60-question exam, I'm golden, you know, because then I just have the rest of the half of the exam to do the last little 60-question exam that I set for myself. Because like if I'm at the second point, you know, like the second 60-question exam that I have set in my mind and it's the halfway point, then that's a problem. You know, that means that I'm taking too much time. So I'm going to try my best to think thoroughly through each question. They have this feature that you can cross out and highlight. So I'm going to cross out things that I know for a fact are wrong. You know, just like, I don't know, if it says something endogenous and then what's on there is exogenous, I'm going to just cross that out so I don't like last minute change my answer, because I do that. Yeah, so just cross out things that I know are wrong right off the bat, highlight portions of the question that they're emphasizing, like something is not or except, or, you know, the key word in the question, because I do feel like that kind of guides me. And I feel like my biggest issue not only is the sheer amount of content that I have to go over and that I may not have covered, but it's the test taking abilities. I feel like I second guess myself. I misread the questions. I read them too quickly, and I don't understand what the question is asking, or the answer choices are just, to me, not related to the question. So I feel like I'm going to try my best to take each question, give it its time, the time it needs before I move on to the next one, because you can't go back, which is probably a good thing. And yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do. I don't know if I'll brain dump as soon as the exam starts. I think what I might do is start the exam, and then if something comes up that I feel like, okay, I should brain dump this, maybe I'll do that. So I'm not wasting so much time in the beginning with the brain dumps, because I might not even see those concepts, you know? So I think that's what I might do. Gosh, it's like this exam is such a freaking dog. I just want it to be over. And like, I just want to know where I stand, you know? Like, I want to know how efficient my studying is, where I'm at, you know, because then it'll guide me for the next 8 weeks to prepare for boards. So I'm trying to be graceful. I'm trying not to be so negative. I'm hoping for, my goal number is like between 460, 470, because then it just eliminates the margin of error. Like, I think I'd die if I get like a 449. But anyways, yeah, I've been rambling. I'm rambling because I'm nervous. Yeah. I'll check back after the exam. Y'all, I just got out of the test. I don't even know what to say because I'm emotionless. I needed a 450 to pass. I got a 449. I'm devastated, but at the same time, I'm kind of like a little relieved, because I was worried that I would be at like 390 or something. So having a 449 is better in my opinion than a 390, but it's the worst because it's literally a point away from passing. So I have to pay another, what is it, $265 to take it again. Like they say, if you take it again, the next day you'll improve by whatever, But like I knew I hadn't finished all the sections. I had to go over fluid and electrolytes and like blood stuff, and then also kidney, liver, endocrine. And I didn't get to go in depth with the special populations like across the lifespan. So I feel like that's where my issues lied. Like I felt good about everything else that I covered, but the stuff that I just didn't go in depth, I didn't feel 100% confident with. So in my eyes, this is the only way that I'm trying to cope with this devastating news, is that I have a little bit more time to finish those 3 sections and local anesthetics too. So those 4 sections that I felt like I was forced to skim through because I was running out of time, so I can go more in depth with those and just, overall practice more. I just feel like I was focusing on content and I didn't do much of the practice that I wanted to get through. Like I remember setting aside a goal to do, all the mock exams, all the domain exams, the MB-CRNA headings and Prodigy, and also to do all the questions and review exams for each module in Apex. And I just feel like I got the majority of that done, but I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. So, it just reflected on that score. And I know that if I were to take it again, I'll pass. At least that anxiety has kind of gone. The stress of the exam is still going to be there because I have to do it again. And, the thought that I could do worse, that's another thing because you never know what kind of questions you're going to get. But at least for now, I feel good. I feel better than I did before taking this exam because I swear to you, I thought in my mind that nothing was sticking and that I was just going to get a 390. But anyway, yeah. So I guess this vlog will be continued until I pass. Okay, y'all, I think I'm going to end this vlog here. I just wanted to cover a little bit more on my scores. I feel like when I walked out of that test, I kind of just went into shutdown mode and I don't even know what I said. But anyways, so I have the score report here in front of me. My overall scaled score was a 449 like I told you guys. I needed a 450 to pass. I was going to pull up my old scores, but anyway, we'll move on. So basic sciences, I got a 447. Equipment, instrumentation, and technology, I got a 452. So that kind of balanced out just a little shy at that point. And then general principles of anesthesia, I got a 466. And then anesthesia for surgical procedures and special populations, this is my lowest score, I got a 431. So from what I see here, I need to focus on anesthesia for surgical procedures and special populations. I feel like if I just did that alone, I would probably just do absolutely okay because I only need maybe like 4 questions to go to a 450. But like I mentioned earlier, I didn't get the opportunity to do the full in-depth reviews on the across the lifespan section on Apex. So I think I'm definitely going to work on that. I already emailed my school to get me access to sign up for the C again. I think there's a limited number of C exam seats, so I might have to end up taking it a little later just for the sheer fact that there aren't any testing sites. But like I wish I could take it tomorrow and just focus on across the lifespan overnight. You know what I mean? Because I know for sure I'd get above a 450 after that. I might get a 451, but that's passing. So yeah, now that the dust has settled, I'm not upset. I'm glad that my baseline is at 449 because that means first time passing for the boards. I have a high likelihood of passing at my first go around. Yeah, so like my biggest fear was to be under 400. So I'm happy about that. And the fact that I'm so close to 450 just correlates to the fact that I just need to put in that little bit of extra effort to get over that hump, which is fine because I'm only, as far as going in depth, I'm only about halfway through Apex, so that's not terrible in my eyes. So I'm just gonna keep grinding on the weekly assignments that they have for our synthesis seminar class, and plan on taking it again very soon. As far as the 240 questions, I really didn't even find that to be all that bad. I guess because I'm so used to taking so many questions nowadays, I literally sat through it, and then you know how I told you my plan was to do 460 question exams, like put my head down a little bit and just resume when like I was like decompressed a little bit. When I looked at the number of questions I had gone through, I looked up, I was at 188. I was like, oh crap, like I've gone way past 60. So by the time I finished the test, it prompted me to take my scheduled break. So at that point, I think it's 2 hours because I want to say it's a 4-hour exam. I forget how many minutes it is, honestly. So yeah, I didn't even take the break because I was done. Like at that point, I just needed to do the end of question survey, you know, for the testing site. So yeah, I didn't feel all that overwhelmed with the amount of questions because I just took each one in stride and just kept going. And like, if it was something that I was like, oh shoot, like I know this, I wrote it down because I was like, you know, this is something that I need to know and I keep forgetting. So I'm just going to make sure to reiterate these topics when it comes to taking the boards. And when I say I wrote it down on the test paper that they give us that I turn in. So I don't keep any of that. Like there's no questionable testing integrity going on over here. Yeah, so I was going to continue this vlog until I passed it, but I think I'm just going to do a second vlog for my second attempt and just upload this video. So yeah, just proof here that this is my scaled score right there, 449. What a bummer. So yeah, guys, that's it for this video. I look forward to seeing you guys in my next one, and I will detail how I plan on tackling the C exam for my second attempt for the end of this program. So I'll see you in my next video, guys.